Hey, welcome to Rubbing Elbows with Chuck and Lior. We're going to be discussing a lot of fantastic things for people trying to deal with this shifting market and new conditions. First off, let's do a quick introduction. I'm Chuck Dorfman, LA Fixers, um, super wholesaler, investors, developers. Is pretty much what I deal with. And Lior.
Yeah, my name is Lior. I've been in the mortgage industry going on 18 years now. Survived the last market recession and actually made a lot of adjustments last time around to make sure that we expand our business in new ways. We got surprised with a lot of things that were unexpected. There was a lot of uncertainty, just like now. And I think the real purpose of us putting together this channel is really to create some kind of a safe place for people in the real estate industry to kind of get together and learn from people that have not only succeeded, but have thrived and have used the downtimes as an opportunity to grow their business, to grow their base, and really make the adjustments necessary. There's so much uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen. Everybody is guessing, everybody's assuming. But what we do know is that if we follow in the steps of people that have done what we are trying to do, that is usually the proven way to get to where we're trying to go. So hopefully we can put that together for you guys. The idea here is Chuck and I have access to some of these top producers. We're going to do a session every week on Thursday that's going to highlight a guest speaker that is benefited from the last recession. Our first one is going to be next Thursday with Marty Azulay, very close friend of Chuck's. Chuck, you want to talk about Marty a little bit and what he's done?
Yes, Marty is a fantastic human being. He's definitely someone who thrived through the last recession and came out just a champ. He is also a part owner of Keller Williams, I believe 1 or 2 or 3 locations. He's got a fantastic team under him. He's also a life coach. He's been helping people, helping agents. He's a mentor to many, many people. And he's just a fantastic person to strategize with and to be able to pick his brain. Somebody who's at the top, somebody who was at the bottom, somebody who's been on all aspects, all different angles of this market and shifting markets. Yes, we are going to be speaking with all types of professionals, starting with Marty. The reason is us wanting to really showcase being able to really get through this market and really come out the other side and learning from people who actually have done it. I've done it, thank God. Lior's done it. It's the toughest thing you can do for your business, but persistence and really learning from other people's mistakes is the key to getting out.
And I think one of the most important things to realize, and what's helped me last time around, before the market collapse of 2007 and 8, I had a very, very large mortgage company. And looking back now, I can realize the mistake in that operation. Although while the market is booming and everybody is doing transactions, it's easy to succeed and it's easy to get on this wave and make mistakes along the way. It's the hard times that make us realize, if we have something that is a value add, a value proposition to a marketplace where we can still thrive and still do business. And one thing I realized is we built an operation that had, probably close to 50 or 60 different loan officers on the phones. We were doing a lot of transactions, but the problem is nobody knew that I do loans in my personal community. I had a very large company, but I wasn't the guy on the front lines doing the loans. I was managing, hiring, training people. And when the market collapsed and the business really got shut down, I was stuck. Again, nobody in my market even knew what I do for the most part. So that was a wake up call for me. I went ahead and changed everything in 2008 and 9. It took me a while. And the biggest thing was just to really get out there and brand myself. I took the downtime as an opportunity to go ahead and just get my name out there. I wasn't focused on getting deals as much as it was hard to not bring in the money every month and cover bills and things like that. My main focus was just to change the reputation of how people saw me and made my brand as Lior Finance, as people call me nowadays. I'm now known as the finance guy. People walk up to me in events or at birthday parties, friends, parents of friends. Hey, let me ask you a question about the loans. What are the rates looking like? And that's something that never happened to me before. So I urge everyone in these times to really go out of your way and don't focus on finding business. Focus on building relationship. Focus on getting your name out there. It's a downtime anyways. If you get business out of it, great. That's a plus. But make this time useful and don't sit around and wait to see what's going to happen. That is the biggest mistake and the biggest curse of this panic and fear of just sitting by and saying, okay, what's going to happen? What's next? Get out there, talk to people, talk to customers. Right now, people need a voice of reason. People need advice. People want to hear from professionals. So get out there and be that professional. This is an opportunity to really get, the branding out there. And Chuck, I think you also, back in the last crash, made a big shift to your business.
Yeah.
Share with us a little bit on that.
Yes, definitely. I want to touch on what you just said about identifying who your clients are now, and instead of chasing that next paycheck, is really chasing who you're going to evolve into. I always have this philosophy of, instead of fighting these waves, you kind of learn how to surf them. And once you change your perception on that, your mindset changes, and you start looking for opportunities. Yeah, last time around, I got hit hard. I lost 7 properties. I had to shut down 4 offices, and then utilizing that time to switching over to short sales, trying to learn as much as I can on about REOs and how that works. That's a whole world in itself. And then finally landing at the wholesale, which is what I do now. And wholesaling basically gave me the control to find and identify my clients, the people that I want to work with, whether it's investors, cash buyers, private lenders, people in 1031 exchanges, whatever. And that's what I've been doing for the last 7, 8 years now. And I don't see myself doing anything else except this, because I can fine tune it every year. Every time there's a market crash or the rates drop or whatever happens, I'm able to fine tune it based on what works for me.
Yeah, and over the years, thank God we've had some successes, we've had some failures, but both Chuck and I have been very involved outside of the industry and really getting involved in different organizations, and that's given us the luxury and the benefit of having access. And we want to use that access now to really bring, in this new series that we are calling Rubbing Elbows. That the concept behind that is really to bring top professionals and top industry guys and girls that have succeeded and thrived in the last recession. And since we have access to people like Marty Azulai, guys like Matt Altman, guys like Adili Viatan, these are all top producers, top at their game. We had a session before, which will probably bring back David Libovich, which is one of the senior managers at Realtor.com. They're all making adjustments now, and these are all people that have been around in the last recession and have used that as an opportunity. So what better way than to bring them to the forefront and really give everybody access to first hear about how they've done it, what their success was, and then take it a step further and really give you access to pick their brain and ask questions and really take it to an opportunity as opposed to just sitting by and waiting to see what happens.
And yeah, truly strategically positioning yourself for what's coming next and how to control it on some level.
The great thing about masterminds and having questions is that it doesn't matter who's asking it, we all end up benefiting from the answer. But I will say what I said before, and Jessica, I shared this with you also at another conversation that we had. And don't worry about the transaction. Like, just don't worry about the transaction. If it comes, it comes. Worry about getting out there and just talking to as many people as possible. Just make relationships, give advice, give comfort, We need to be able to provide confidence for people in the market. Real estate is real estate. You can never, ever, ever time, when the bottom is going to be. If you try to time that, you're making a mistake. If somebody is buying real estate and they're looking to stay in it for long term, it's an amazing time to buy right now because there's deals, and Chuck is the first to tell you because he sees deals left and right. He sent me a deal last week of somebody that just sliced their property in, where was it? In Encino in Amistoy Estates, right? They slashed $300,000 off of their selling price just because of fear and panic. Now, is the market going to collapse because of that? I don't know. Nobody knows. But there's opportunity. And unless I'm looking to flip, if I'm buying and I can sit on this property for the next 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 years, you never lose in real estate, right? We all know that. So we just need to be able to give that confidence.
Right, but is it only for people who have a backup of liquid assets, of funds?
Well, it depends on what your goals are. If you're buying to live, for me, for example, if I was going to look at that property and I actually drove by it, it's in a gated community in Amistoy Estates. It was a great opportunity. But if I'm buying the property to live in it, as long as I know I could afford to pay my mortgage, it doesn't matter what I'm buying it at. Now, the fact that there's an opportunity now just makes it that much more attractive. Can the prices keep going down after I buy it? Absolutely. It happened in 2007. But we never knew when it was going to start going up. And at that point, it starts shooting up because as soon as there's confidence that the market is rebounding, then things start moving way too fast.
We're talking with a title officer who's still doing still opening the same amount of titles every month like she did before. And, deals are still happening. Yesterday I got an email. This is going to sound silly, but I got an email yesterday saying we're confirmed. And I was like, what? We're confirmed? What is this? And I'm checking in there. I'm like, this deal funded? This deal closed? I thought this deal died. For sure I thought it was dead. Even though contingencies were removed, I just thought I thought it was dead. I've seen so many deals. I've seen 8 or 9 deals that contingencies were removed. Deposit released to seller. They're still canceling because they'd rather take a small 3% hit on their deposit rather than a much bigger hit. So, deals are still happening without me even noticing, but they're still happening.
Yeah, I definitely see that they're still happening. I just, I just closed the purchase, and the sellers weren't even budging on the credit. They were like, no, if you don't want it, don't take it. So, it's not like people are going crazy stressing out to sell their homes at any price, I feel.
But I think, one thing that all indications are showing is that we are going to be moving into what looks to be a buyer's market. So again, there's going to be opportunity. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to sell your property and get the right amount for it. But one thing that we've learned over the years, and, we have the luxury of getting coached by some of the best in the business, and we kind of built our operation around that, is that there is no one size fits all. There isn't an answer that's accurate for everything. You have to really understand the customer's needs and situation. And then once you understand that, you can better advise them on what the right thing to do is. Some people should sell and should sell and get out now because this is an opportunity that they can secure certain funds that they need. And other people that don't have the urgency, like Chuck mentioned on himself, should probably sit by and watch and wait. But it is a case by case thing. And I think, one thing that I can say we benefited from, and a lot of people in the last 10 years, the business as a whole has changed so much. The type of buyers, how people buy, how people find properties, where you get your information, all of this is changing so fast and it's changed so much in the last 10 years that it is super important to team up and partner with the right people. And it's not just, agents partnering with lenders and so on and so forth, but it's really finding, people that can guide you, can coach you, that can add value to your business. One of the things that we obviously do, Jessica, as you know, with realtors is we're able to add so much value to their buyers that they now have the opportunity of going out there and becoming a voice of reason to their customers. So all of the different things that we're offering behind the scenes become their value propositions. Now they're offering it to their customer. So really finding those opportunities now you have time. 2 months ago, none of us had time to breathe. We were so busy in the rat race of just doing transactions and doing deals that we didn't have time to stop and really focus on how do we scale up? How do we really get the business to the next level? And now you're forced to have time to sit down and really try to understand, who do I need to partner with? What can I add as my value proposition to my customers, to my agents, to my lenders, to my escrow people? How do I build this network so that when we come out of this, and we're going to come out of it probably sooner rather than later, how am I going to be a step ahead of the competition? Because 90% of the people are only then going to start thinking about things. So we want to start a step ahead of everybody else. And that's really the main goal here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are taking this opportunity to catch up on a lot of Maury Povich shows and really do nothing. So just like Leo just said, I want to echo that. Definitely, if one thing that we have an abundance of right now is time. And there's nothing more satisfying than just being productive, working on yourself, figuring out where you want to go, what you want to do. And going back to your question, Jessica, which is a great question. Somebody should wait or not wait. Definitely, if it was me, I would wait. I'd be losing out on open houses. I'd be losing out on so many tools that, you almost take them for granted when the market was normal. So, but a little humor, I saw a meme, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I saw a meme that says, as an agent, I found a perfect home for my buyer, but the seller won't show it and the buyer won't see it and I can't go see it and nobody, so it's one of those things. You gotta figure out where you fit in. So stay put, work on yourself, work on your craft, work on how you can give and add value to your vendors, people that you work with, people that, again, this is done with, and it could be done with in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. At some point, it's going to be done with.
Yeah.
Don't make the mistake of just thinking that you just need to, have all the right technology. And we hear about, everybody saying, there's all these different processes and procedures. We made the mistake initially where we created this process in our business called the ultimate client experience, right? The 5-star client experience. And we were so excited about having all these different cool bells and whistles and people coming in, and we have a gorgeous office and a little menu and, a private sign for the parking and this and that. And then you realize that so is almost 90% of your competition, right? All the people that are doing great are evolving. So you need to think really outside the box, and how can we really be not just great at what we do, but very personal at what we do so that we add value. And that's when we changed. In the last 2 years, we decided that we want to talk to anybody who is considering to buy or sell or just build a portfolio of real estate. Whether they should or shouldn't, we'll discover in the conversation. We're not looking for somebody that wants to do a transaction like most of our competition. We're not looking for the guy that needs a loan. We're looking to add value. We want to become the ones that are looked at when somebody needs advice on what should I do right now. And to your point, to your question, what should I do right now? You should find somebody that doesn't have an interest in just getting a transaction out of you to give you the right advice, a professional that can understand your situation and give you the right advice. And that's probably the best way to really answer that question.
So on this channel, is it only going to be about real estate?
It's going to be real estate based, but a lot of what we talk about really applies to business, right? Any kind of sales business, any kind of business where you're interacting with other businesses or other consumers or homeowners, it really applies to everyone. So it's real estate based, construction, realtors, lenders, anybody that's from our community should be able to benefit from this.
I've got the CEO of advertise.com, who's going to be joining us at one of these. eventually.
Wow. Okay.
They are they've been thriving for a long time, and he's been on both sides. You know, he's been here in 2007 when they were taking a hit, not just on his own, you know, personal properties or on his own business. You know, dealing with payroll of 100 plus people, whatever, all that. We'd like to be able to pick his brain and see how he can give us some value. And also maybe find out what other people are advertising, where advertising online is shifting to, which is also some things we got from Realtor.com with that discussion with him.
Yeah, so really anybody should benefit from this. If it's a agent that just got started last month, or if it's a you know, a guy that has an office with a team of 20 people under him, because we're gonna have people here sharing their information that are you know, very, very, very successful, but have started as a one-man operation, barely doing any transactions. So you're gonna hear what they did back then for the new people that are just getting started. And then you're also going to hear about the things that they're doing today and today's craziness while being this big conglomerate.
Okay, and everyone that joins can have can prep a question or two.
Yeah, there'll be a YouTube channel. It'll be the same link every week. You just come into that, and then there's going to be, you know, we're going to use Zoom as the platform to host the speaker.
We need to talk about current times and, you know, the fact that people can potentially lose jobs in the middle of transactions, and how important it is to close deals in 15 days so that we can get them
We
closed.
secure it. We secure the deal.
Yeah,
And
that's huge.
how important it is to pick the right partner, because if you end up with a wholesale lender, potentially that wholesale lender can change guidelines midway through. And
Yeah, I got a
Wholesale or
client
not, you
call me
can.
this week that was in the middle of escrow. Okay, they were clear to close. They had loan docs, and the lender just disappeared.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be a random lender. Wells Fargo, I spoke to my Wells Fargo banker yesterday, and they are no longer doing refi cash outs. Guess what? All those people that were in the beginning of a transaction with them are stuck. And it's not just Wells Fargo. It's Bank of America. It's Loan Depot. It's Quicken Loans. We saw a horror story on Quicken Loans. So all the big conglomerate banks are hurting very much, and they're looking for ways to mitigate that hurt. And anybody that is stuck in the you know, in the crossfire is going to get hurt, unfortunately, and we're seeing that. So it's super important, to Michelle's point, to find the right partner and to find the companies and the operators that are able to do things very quickly and just efficiently and just get it done. So what do you guys think about this concept? To give me, you know, Jessica, you go first, and then maybe Michelle, give me like a 2-second, you know, what do you think about this whole channel series idea that we're going to be putting together?
I think it's great, especially right now when people have so much time and they're so thirsty for knowledge, and they want to, you know, they want a reassurance and to know, you know, kind of what to expect, and to hear it from people who are successful and that have been through this, you know, a crisis or two before. It's awesome. I think it's great. Super interesting.
Okay, cool. Michelle, what do you think?
yeah, I like it too. They need to have some reassurance that they're going to have light at the end of the tunnel. The only thing is, I really think we should all be able to see each other. I think that's important during this time because everybody's shut away.
Well, we could do both. So the nice thing, and you know,
We'll
glad
see,
you're bringing
Lior.
it
That's
up.
the nice thing.
No, I'm glad you're bringing it up because, you know, we obviously, everybody is different. Some people prefer to see like you just mentioned. So we'll share the Zoom link. I think, Chuck, probably safe to say we'll share both the Zoom link. The thing is, Zoom is obviously limited. So we're also going to stream it live. So just in case people want to join and are not able to jump on Zoom, or, you know, just don't want to be on camera or whatnot, but still want to benefit from it, they'll be able to just go to YouTube and watch it live. All right, guys. Anyways, this was a great first session just to kind of brainstorm and come up with.
Send the links, and yeah. I'm gonna work on my list today.
Yeah, work on your list. Tell your people to tell their people. Let's get as many people as possible. The more people we have on and the more questions we get and the wide variety of questions that we get is what's going to make this thing successful.
Post it on social media.
Absolutely. We all will. We're going to share it with each other and we'll all share it on social media. You know, I'm excited about it. I know Chuck's excited. We've been working on this for about 2 weeks now, just the concept, the idea. Chuck has access to some great people. I have some access to some great people. So we might as well benefit from it.
Yeah.
Great.
And Jess, you and I need to have a baseball cap next time, apparently.
Yeah, this is definitely a cap
I know,
session.
right?
Cap session.
All right, guys, rub some elbows.
Boom.
Bye.
All right, bye, everyone.